Hello, y'all. Shalom to the left. This is a quick video on what's going on in Babylon right now. I'm having to see this right here in my email about the news with certain jobs. And one of my family members work at a certain job too. And he was telling me how when this little blackout internet outage took place, it was affecting a lot of financial stuff, which I was out trying to go to the store and grab certain stuff. And I had a little cash on me. For the most part, some stuff I use would be digital. So I was trying to use one of my apps, and it wouldn't let me use it. And I just goes to show, man, Esau trying to set something up so they can push this agenda with this Karagma, this C-hip. And they gonna do it. They just testing stuff out to see how people respond to it. People losing their mind over this shit. Now, it says right here in this little post, it's a company called Coors Beverage Company. Now it says Molson Coors Beverage Company is cutting jobs. The brewer plans to trim about 400 salary roles about a year in. And that's about the end of this year. A lot of people going to get laid off, man. And that's just one company. There's a lot of companies been shutting down. People been getting laid off and different stuff like that or whatever. So you got that on the horizon as well as other companies. Esau want to put robots in the companies and so they don't have to really pay the robots. They can just program them and build them, and then the people are just left out to fend for themselves. So let me get this one video, then I'm going to put a precept and get ready to end this off. Now, this is what this lady say about people snatching groceries and shit like that. This is straight out of scriptures. People gonna be acting up. They ain't gonna just be snatching groceries either. They gotta be cautious on what you bring inside, or where you be at, who be watching and all that shit. Cause people gonna be plotting, man. Especially when motherfuckers hungry. And you got people that's not used to fasting. They gotta eat every fucking 3 hours or every fucking 30 minutes. They can't go no 3 days without no food. And they can't just eat one solid meal a day and fast for the next 2, and then try to eat again to preserve items. No, they gonna have that spirit on them to take and go get what they want to get. So listen to what this lady said in this video.
Carts of,
run this back.
And people are going to start, I'm telling you, this is going to be a thing. People are going to start, instead of stealing groceries from the stores, they're going to start watching people go to their cars. And they're going to take all of their groceries. And you know what the store going to do? Not our problem. Not our business. It's outside the store. They didn't do it in the store. It's not our property. Call 911. Call the authorities. Make a report. They're going to leave your ass for dead. And people are really going to be stealing people carts of groceries out of the grocery parking lot.
And look, they ain't going to just be doing that. Let me get the scripture right here. I may pull a few more. Depends on what the spirit got me to. So hold on. Give me 1 minute. That's the book of 2nd Esdras. It says, let me see, I'm going to jump down to 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 15, it says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. But there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right. A lot of people, they going to say, fuck this police shit, fuck this government shit, fuck all that. And a lot of officers and all that, too, they're going to disregard that badge and shit, too, because they're going to be trying to defend their family, take care of their loved ones. They're going to be trying to make sure they're well off. They're going to be worrying about all this other shit. That's why a lot of stuff be happening. People be calling them. I remember talking to somebody about this. They said it took forever to come help them out because they're not worrying about little small shit like that. And this is going to get even worse. They're going to be worrying about no calls like that. They might not even have that many officers or whatever to come out to call to be dispatched. Now it says in verse 16, it says, for there should be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man should desire to go in the city and should not be able. Shit like that gonna be happening. They're gonna be cutting stuff off. Esau already to practice destroying bridges and shit like that. Recently, a lot of people forgot about that. But they damn sure practice letting boats hit a bridge or explosion on the bridge and all that different type of stuff. So people try to travel and go to different areas, you ain't gonna be able to go to it. Just like when the George Floyd scenario happened. they had curfews and people was trying to go to different areas. They couldn't go to those areas. They had them cut off. They had checkpoints because people was rioting and protesting and shit. Now, verse 18, it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." And when they say men be afraid, what more you bitches? Because men going to be acting a certain way. The church is missing that. Man should travail like a woman with child because the shit that's going to be going on. And a lot of these niggas act emotional and feminine anyway. So when shit going left, they ain't really used to no adversity. They not used to relying on their own, strength. And they not used to relying on the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of your how about Shem Yahweh. They're going to be bugged the fuck out. They're going to be crying. They're going to be whining to their bitch. Their bitch going to want to leave them because she ain't going to deal with that shit. And then they just really going to be hurt even more. Or they may get caught up in one of these scenarios. They might get caught up, motherfucker try to rob them or grab them up. Esau might run through them because Esau got that vengeance they had in them since back in the Jacob and Esau time.